Hi Leo, this is Tara. Welcome to your November 2016 mid-month reading, Psychic Tarot reading. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Greenwich Tarot deck. Also want to remind you guys that we have a new moon in Sagittarius November 29th. So it's a great time to benefit from fresh new ideas. And when you speak to others, listen for those gold nuggets that they have to share with you. You may not always get what they're saying at first, but when you walk away, you may think, that's an interesting concept, interesting idea. I could do something with that. That could be a benefit to me. So in other words, say you're in a conversation with someone and they say, well, I've been thinking about opening up a restaurant, and I need someone that'll help me with the catering. And you think, wow, I've always wanted to do catering. So that might be, that might be a light for you, like a light bulb goes off. So just pay attention to what's said. That is around the new moon, November 29th. Make new moon intentions. And so let's see what you have for your 3 cards here, Leo. All right, well, the first card is the same as the Two of Swords. It's the Two of Themes in this particular deck. And normally this indicates 2 people, a discussion, working out contracts. Yeah, there may be a little bit of a conflict. It may be that you just need to work out the details of a contract. In other words, if you're getting ready to go in employment with someone, and do you want more vacation time, more paid days off, PTO, sick time? Or if you, not to say that you always want time off, but it could be a higher salary for sure. You're negotiating a higher salary. So a lot of you may be in the midst of that, and or making a loan, trying to get a loan. So if it looks like to me it's 2 people that are working out the details, different ideas, and trying to get a resolve out of this. All right. So the second card you have, Leo, and I love this one for you guys, is the Ten of Chalices. So this is like all things good in the love department, feeling good about your home, your family. It's the 10, and so it feels like there's a great sense of purpose in life, of, you're not only maybe a romantic situation, but really loving your home and your property and where you are at this point. I'm looking at this card and I'm seeing like the purple flowers indicate intuitive and spiritual awareness. And because of the water and the swan and the cups, of course, that is that would be like a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So of course there's inner awareness and psychic intuition. And it may be that, you've used that, and actually I feel like your psychic abilities are amping up, Leo. That's what I'm getting. Your intuitive, creative abilities are amping up because you're using your intuition quite a bit. So I think that some of you, because I'm getting a little bit of it's not even a headache, but a little bit of pressure on the left side of my head. So it's feeling like that you've had to use your organizational skills a lot recently. And this, of course, is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It's a general reading. So make sure and watch your Sun and Rising, or Moon and Rising signs as well for additional insights. But again, I'm getting that pressure on the left side of my head, again, meaning that being practical, being organized, maybe a little bit of boring aspects for a lot of you Leos, not your favorite thing to do. Also, too, my teeth, I'm getting some strange stuff around you guys, but I'm also getting clenched teeth or jaw problems. So any of you all that have had to have dentistry, braces, TMJ, I believe it's what it's called, work done, That may be coming up for you in November around the holidays. Maybe some of you have insurance, and a lot of times it's good to use it before the year's end. I'm not even sure if, a lot of people don't have dental insurance, so it's not always, I shouldn't run it down, but it's not always great, is it? But it just feels like, yeah, I keep getting clamping of the teeth. And maybe some of you are grinding your teeth at night when you sleep. That could be it as well. But yeah, I'm feeling like that's for some of you. Again, this is a general reading, but it's come up twice here with the Ten of Cups. You never know what comes out of these readings, but you want to say what you get. And so this will be just for some people. Yeah, but you are feeling a bit of happy home, happy family. Love life may be, you may want to spend some time with your lover, your spouse, your equal. I'm getting equal around that. The yin and the yang, whether, whatever type of partner you have. So, and I'm also really noticing the pink blanket here. And I normally don't notice that, I have to tell you. So it's feeling like, when I look at the pink, it actually reminds me of the heart chakra somewhat. I know that's the heart chakra is normally green, but the pink rose quartz. I have pink rose quartz actually here. It's pink rose quartz. Sort of a universal love, very loving. Yeah, so it may feel like that's your foundation for the month, the rest of the month. Like you're building your foundation on love. And it doesn't necessarily have to be love in a relationship, but the love of what you do, or your love of life. I know, Leo, that I think it was you guys, I think it was last month, in October, that you all had some cards. I think the Nine of Swords came up. I could be wrong, but it did seem like there was a little, of all the signs, that you all got some that where it was, a little bit keeping you up at night, worry, anxiety, that sort of stuff. So, let me know in the comments below, what's going on with you. Hopefully things have improved. But I do feel like that with this card, there could be negotiations around a contract or employment. This when you're feeling good about home and family. But make sure to look into your health, any health issues. All right. And the third card is another chalice card. So this is about a lot about your emotions towards the end of November. The Page of Chalices, as you can see, she has a blank slate there. She's an artist, and she's a blank canvas, and she can create her life however she wants. So the page often refers to new opportunities. So something, it feels like too, again, something you love is coming along, a new opportunity for you, and you can create this however you want. Some of you may hear again of new ideas of employment or new opportunities of employment, or a love, someone comes into your life and it's a very loving relationship, or you're cementing that relationship. But she's just feeling the flow of the water. She's, that could also be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio that's in your life. And that you're really feeling good about your relationship, or what what you're creating with them. Looking at what else I see in this. The rocks are getting my attention. As you can see, there's rocks here and over here and throughout the area. So feeling like, rocks can be heavy, right? And the water is very flowing. Rocks are like firm, they're not going anywhere, but the water is flowing through it. So it feels like you're grounded. Some of you are starting to want to ground more, or you are grounding, so that you can, in other words, our first chakra is grounding. So we have our feet on the ground and our head in the air, meaning that we channel information, we channel creativity. So I feel like that would be great for you guys. I talked about that a minute ago, of letting creative ideas flow through you through your intuition with 2 cup cards. I feel very independent. I'm trying to see if there's an actual flow here besides the chalices and the water, the trees, firming up that foundation. So let's see what the clarification cards have to say. Pull some for each one of those. Let's see what this 2 of Swords is about. Okay, well, wow. The 2 of Swords in reverse came up, and then the 5 of Cups. Well, okay, interesting. So this is the 2 of Swords in this deck, and this is what the 2 of Swords in traditional tarot normally looks like. A woman with her arms crossed over her heart, and she's blindfolded. So she's not seeing everything. There's water behind her, so it can be an emotional situation. And if she just takes the blinds off and she uncrosses the swords, then she can start to communicate better. But she's holding her arms up to, she's very much guarding herself. And there's the moon in the background. So it feels to me, and this was in reverse, interestingly enough. So when the same cards come up, I really pay attention to that. Okay, so it feels like some of you have gotten past some conflict. Or let me put it this way. You have moved through some of your emotions and some of your ideas that you've kept to yourself or that you've been very guarded about, and now you're starting to be open and talk to them, to other people, or negotiate. Maybe you didn't want to share what you wanted as far as that contract negotiation, that employment. Maybe you were in competition and just felt like you needed to keep it close to the vest. Yeah, and then the 5 of Cups came up surrounding this card as well. So normally in upright, this means not looking at what you do have, not looking at the 2 cups that are full, but really focusing on the spilt milk, the spilt wine rather. And that's like, oh, the relationship didn't go right, I've lost my job, or I've lost money in the stock market, whatever the case may be. I think you're starting to turn this around, and now you're open to new negotiations. Interesting. And people get tired of us when we talk about it, but we have to express ourselves. If something does happen in our lives and it's not fun, oh, that's nice. Wow, okay. Then, it's good to express it, but not focus on it. And that's what these cards are saying, is don't focus. Because with this 2 of Chalices comes up, man, you've had some new, Ace of Pentacles is new money coming in. I'm hearing new money. So I don't know if this is a venture that's bringing in money that you've, from a different source than you've seen before. It could be from an inheritance. And I don't normally get that with this card, but I'm just wondering because it does surround the 10 of Chalices. If it's not about inheritance, then hopefully it's a new job or business that you're opening up that's making you some good money, because then the 9 of Pentacles comes out. So again, these 2 are very similar. One's about our money, one's about our emotions, but they're both feeling good about home, feeling good about family, what we own, our money, you can see she has her castle in the background. So you all have the opportunity towards the end of, or the middle to end of November, to see things on a much brighter side. That's awesome. Let's see what comes up with the Page of Chalices. What can this page lead to? Wow, the Magician card. This has come up several times. The Magician card is clarification card. So there's something to this. There's something to people recreating and reinventing their life. There's something going on here because the Magician is all about doing that, reinventing or inventing his life, her life. And then the Three of Cups comes up. I love it. Celebration around that, feeling good, celebrating with others, with friends. Yeah, that's awesome. You really got some cup cards here, you guys. And some pentacles. You actually have a pretty even spread. A little bit of Two of Swords. Interesting, no rod cards. So it is about your purpose and what you're doing this month, but it's also about feeling into that with this Page of Chalices. And how can you create more? And what comes to you that feels creative and inventive? You can do that, and there's celebration around it. Okay, and then I'm going to pull a card from the Stephen Farmer's Earth Magic deck. This is Perspective, the Milky Way. All right, so when you have your perspective and you're in line with your values, this reminds me of the Magician card because he's pointing his wand up to the sky. And then he can manifest on earth more money, more love, more ideas. So when you think of the Milky Way, yeah, it does bring about perspective because it's different. What is the different galaxies, the different Milky Way, and it brings about, you think of the stars and the Orion and the different, well, Orion's one of them. Let's just say that, galaxies and all. But the Milky Way involves, you can see here, it's turning, and then there's light in the center. So what is your perspective? How can you best make your life go your way? What is it that's coming up for you now? And how can you reach into that Milky Way? I really see these two going together. He's like reaching up into the Milky Way, into the light. He's manifesting it here on earth. All right, that's interesting. Okay, Leo, let me add these up for you numerologically, and I'm going to see what number corresponds with the Major Arcana card. I had a suggestion from one of my Pisces commenters who said that he would do that, so I will do that. 2 and 10 is 12, and 1 is 13. Okay, so let's look at the Major Arcana card first. 13 in Major Arcana is the Death card. So it's letting go of what doesn't serve you. It's transformation. It's looking at your life like it's transforming in front of your very eyes. And any of those issues that some of you all had, I think from, it could be October. Some of you Leos, this again is a general reading, but maybe this is a way of transforming your life. If you've lost a job, maybe there's better things to come. Looking up in that Milky Way and playing with the magician part of you. And then numerologically, 1 and 3 is 4. So it's about building your foundation, building a new foundation for yourself, a new life, being practical and organized, but looking forward to a different way of life. Okay, my friends, if that was at all helpful to you, be sure and get in touch with me for a personal private reading. You can reach me at themagicalmatrix@gmail.com, or you can go on my website, taraventura.com, and look at my different services. And as you know, not all of my times are on there, so if you look at the services and you don't see a time, just email me, give me a couple options, days and which days and which times are best for you, and we can come up with a time together. Okay, my friends, be well. I do see some good things coming. I do. Once you work this out, the 10 of Chalices and the Page of Chalices, your emotions, it's about your emotions and about creating. All right, you all take care. Be well. Reach out to me. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you soon.